Here I have somebody who has a creative streak. Some may call him crazy. I'll call him super crazy. Kantal Mehta, welcome to the show must go on.
Thank you, Marisha.
The one thing that everyone would always talk about is that there is one person who can genuinely make you go bananas. It is Kantal.
Before you actually make others go bananas,
Yeah.
you first need to make yourself go bananas.
Go bananas. Tell me, what would be your process for anyone today to explore that? You know, say, example, it's a brief given to you and then you suddenly are put to task to it. What's the process that you follow to be able to come up with something out of the world?
The first step is to absorb the thing what you have been given. The real solution or the real spark actually lies in the brief itself.
When you are working in the space, there is the advertising side, then there is the event side. How did both these happen to you? Which was your first love?
So I never wanted to be in advertising when I was a small child. I remember I used to tell my dad कि मुझे वीडियो कैमरा चाहिए. मतलब वीडियो कैमरा क्यों चाहिए? मतलब मुझे कोई फिल्म बनानी है. तो ऐसे कि पढ़ ले पहले,
हाँ.
अभी फिल्म बनाने की बात मत कर.
हाँ.
So the urge, I think, was filmmaking, and it is still there, inspiration.
You
So
had also created Time Out.
उसको तू याद मत दिला, but उसके साथ emotion connected है because you wanted that to grow actually. That is a.
उस पे जल्दी Time Out announce हो गया.
But I think it was one of our most fantastic curations that we had
What
done.
do you think went wrong?
तुम्हारे पास पेंट का डब्बा 50 ml का है, 20 फुट का पेंटिंग बनाना है. The canvas got too big.
Now I'm coming to a part which is going to be difficult for you to decode, but we will attempt. हमारी इवेंट इंडस्ट्री में बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स हैं, बहुत सारे. And as the days go by, there are more and more companies that are born in our country, in every street, literally. There are some of us who are exceptional in the way we operate, in our managerial skills, in our processes. And then there are those who work straight from the heart, talk from the heart, and it's their heart that rules their work. My guest in this episode is one such person, loved by all. He can make you go bananas with his thoughts, his conversations. When he moves from being wacky to philosophical, it's really alarming me always. You can watch this one to understand what goes into the life of somebody who was never destined or had any connection with events, but had a creative streak right from his childhood days and decided to take that path no matter what. Inspiring story, a tell-all tale. Let's chat up with Kantal Mehta. It's taken a while, but I'm going to tell you, it's totally worth it. I have with me somebody who I have totally always loved and respected. क्योंकि एक क्रिएटिव स्ट्रीक जो होती है ना, वो बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी होती है in our space of world, whether it's events, entertainment. And here I have somebody who has a creative streak. Some may call him crazy. I'll call him super crazy. Kantal Mehta, welcome to the show must go on.
Thank you, Marisha. I think a creative genius sitting right in front of me is giving so much accolades to other person. I think that is not fair. I think it is going to be understanding more of what you are going to discover and I'm going to discover talking to you.
Yes.
So I think this is going to be a discovery process.
Actually.
So because I think we have been friends, but I think there are a lot of things which comes out naturally in such kind of a setup. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I learn a lot of things from you.
Oh my God, Kantal, you made my day. I think you are one of the few people, and I'm saying this genuinely. In earlier times when I didn't get that much of an opportunity to interact with you, but the one thing that everyone would always talk about is that there is one person who can genuinely make you go bananas, then it is Kantil.
Go bananas. Yeah, sure. First, you need to get, before you actually make others go bananas,
Yeah.
you first need to make yourself go bananas.
Go bananas.
So I think that is something which is inherent. I think Javed Akhtar is saying something very beautiful.
Huh.
Javed ji talked about until unless there is something abnormal. Like there was a study which he was referring that most of the artist fraternity and most of the creative individuals, be it, they can be painters, poets, they can be anybody, a music artist, actors, and at times even scientists, and most of the time, because I think they are all, even for example, chefs,
Yes.
anybody who has this entire streak of abnormality, which is in them, and most of the artists who actually whoever, it can be even a carpenter, who is not satisfied or who has the urge, they have an abnormal streak in them. And they have found this entire study of what is that abnormal thing, and they have kind of studied this entire process of how they are differentiated, how they differentiate, and you can actually make out the difference. So I think we are all part of the abnormal race.
Clan.
Abnormal clan. So I think it's
But
something.
there are much fewer of this abnormal clan as compared to the
I
rest,
have this
don't you
thought
think?
process that there is this, like you have the good and the evil inside a person. I think the abnormal part is always there in everybody. That is probably my add-on to what Javed just said. But
Tell me, how did that happen to you? What was your trigger point?
I was born in a small village near Baroda, Daboi, and I grew up in a pole. You understand what is a pole? Pole are very narrow lanes and houses, packed into narrow lanes.
Okay.
It's a very tight community, so
Okay.
everybody knows everything about everyone.
Okay.
And then you meet all kind of, the growing up period is insane, because I think my growing up period played a huge role in my formative years, where that unlocking happens, where you understand so many different dynamics and you are drawn to so many different subjects. So you have all kind of people staying there, right? So you have, I think that period is something which is most beautiful period.
Is it?
And we all used to stay in a family of my all uncles used to stay together. So I think that formative period is very critical in your growing up days, which actually builds your persona. And so that time I was drawn to drawings. I used to draw on all the walls. And I remember very clearly, I used to love drawing elephants. So I used to draw elephants everywhere. And I was drawn towards, I think, a lot of people who had this thing about, shairi, poetry. I think you meet a lot of people who are, in the night, late night, they're doing, they're talking, but at the same time, they are talking about your culture, poetry, literature, all kind of things were happening. So when you hear that in your very formative days, I think that builds you up. That it becomes a trigger point to start.
And then probably studying fine arts becomes a natural progression for somebody like you?
No. My father wanted to make me a doctor. I was good in studies. That's a
big problem. You were creative
my father
studious.
couldn't become a doctor because of his financial crunch. And I was good in studies. I used to understand things well. But at the same time, I was drawn towards art. And that thing was always there. So, 10th Kaksha mein, 10th SSC board. Imagine the pressure of 10th board. I used to go out, pair padke, then going down to parents, I used to go. And they used to think I've gone for board exams. And I used to be somewhere else.
No.
I never appeared for any of the board exams in 10th.
No.
Yes. And I was so scared because everything was in the head, but I was not confident about whether I should be it's that I always felt that strong urge, mujhe ye sab nahi likhna hai. Like I can explain you, but I don't know how to write it down. Like, writing long supplementaries, then you have to fill supplementaries.
Yes.
That was very boring for me. If you ask me something about organic chemistry or you ask me about physics, probably I'll be able to tell you a story or explain you in my own way. But then to write in a particular format, because the format was very important.
Yeah.
The marks were given on the exact formats. So I flunked.
You didn't give your
I
exam.
didn't give my exams. Then I tried 10 commerce. And then ultimately said, I said, please let me take 10 arts. So then I moved into arts. And then I did 12th. 12th again I failed because I used to write long passages and probably stories. And, the teachers never used to understand what are the stories. So I used to kind of drift away from the subject also and probably go into my own zones. When I was writing a paper, I'll go into a different zone. I'll forget one question. Probably there are 20 questions to be answered. And there'll be like multiple supplementaries filled, but probably only 2 questions I have written down. And I would have written down, instead of 2 paragraphs, I would have written down 12 pages on question 1.
You were testing your teacher.
So I think, and then somehow I passed. And then in the second attempt of 12th again.
Oh my God.
And meanwhile, I did my computers because everybody was after me that kuch to kar. So I did my programming. And then fine arts was a journey where I was trying to get into fine arts, but you needed good marks and you had the entrance examination. So that was a journey which was, I think, very cool. And I started meeting a lot of people in fine arts.
Psychologically, how did you get into processing that, okay, if I'm good at something creatively, this is going to also need a business angle to it for me to be able to multiply? Was that ever a point of strategizing and wanting to be with the right people?
So I think, well, you'll have multiple different things going in your head. And when you are into art and when you are inclined towards art, when you incline towards creativity, I think the biggest thing is what you look forward to, resources. You look forward to, like if you want to do a painting, you'll need a canvas. Or you'll find a wall. Or you'll do anything. You'll find just anything to kind of accomplish it, right? And I think that urge then gives you the experience of, and when you don't have resources, you then actually are, it's like a slingshot. You go out of the box and then you start exploring all kind of possibilities. That is where I think that shift happens, where you're not limited by resources because the resources are not there. And I think the growing up period is a wonderful period where in our time, in the early 90s, I think as it is, the resources were not there. So, and it was also like, coming from a very, very humble background, you are also tied up. But I will give credit to my mom and dad, and they have taken all the pains to provide as many resources as possible. And it is something, because both of them were bankers. So whole day I had with me. And they had no idea. I mean, there was also this entire thing about when you ask that, there's a pressure that isme kya future hai? What is the business angle to it? How are you going to actually earn a living out of it? But they were not worried about me. They were just wanting that I should be more disciplined, which was their only, I think, concern. That if you're more disciplined, if you are into the right track. And I was never into the time management part was never in the head, because you are in the flow and then the hours don't matter. So coming late, probably 1 day, 2 days later to your home, makes your parents worry. And also then they are worried about your future. They are worried about ye kahan leke jayega, ye kya karega.
Exactly.
And you are in your zone of exploration. So you have those emotions. You actually are concerned about the emotions of the parents, but somehow you are drawn in that flow. So I think this period, what I will call is resources are extremely important. But then now I think the resources are there. But even a simple phone has become a huge resource, and it has kind of explored the creative aspect. But I think when you don't have resources, I think that is where the magic happens. So it's like
It's more like a blind shot. You
because your entire
swim and move in
process
all
becomes more.
directions.
It kind of it troubles you, it pains you,
Yeah.
and because the hunger is so much
Yeah.
that you will find your own solutions to it. So I think that is a very important aspect, that if you're loaded with resources,
Yeah.
then your journey is definitely good, but
Yeah.
then it is up to you
True.
to how to use those resources.
You know,
And when the
it's-
resources are limited,
Yeah.
I think in most of the cases it helps you to trigger.
It's true. I think today, with so much of information and easy access, resources are unlimited. But somehow I think that also forces you to take a certain road map,
Yeah.
a certain path. Whereas back then, because there was no one who had set the path, you are actually creating the roadmap on which many others might be walking today. What do you feel about today's generation when you are also working with a lot of young team members? And you are, of course, you're meeting a lot of them. What is your take? Do you think they have you found a younger Kanthil, and do you seek and search for somebody?
The
Who can match?
the younger generation is fantastic. They're way ahead in terms of their exposure is tremendous.
Yes.
There are flip sides also, but I think largely, I think the younger generation is quite motivated. They know exactly what they want, which is why probably there is a little resistance coming from, when we try to see them,
Yeah.
our generation kind of feels a little resistance.
How
because
can somebody know?
They have their own say.
Yes.
So
it does bring
I'm 100% sure that the kind of generation that is now blooming
Yeah.
with the kind of ideas, the kind of crazy things that they want to do.
Yeah.
The urge is phenomenal because they're exposed to global scenarios, to global happenings.
Yeah.
I think it's insane. India is going to be the power center for creativity. I mean, the government also is doing a lot of things to kind of boost that.
Yeah.
But I think the colleges and the curriculums also needs to kind of change. I think that is something, if that happens, it will go exponential. I will give you an example. Normally in comparison to the generation that you are saying, I feel myself, like you said, how do I feel about it?
Yeah.
I feel very optimistic, very positive. At the same time, if I have to see myself in front of them,
Yeah.
I feel outdated. I have to kind of keep pace with them. I need to learn things more. Today's generation, our generation has to kind of keep up the pace. They need to learn a lot.
Yes.
And that is what I always tell people around me, that boss, tu gaya, tu outdated, tera expiry date aa gaya. So it is so imperative that you have to start from fresh. Our generation also has to start from fresh, understanding
And
each and
learn
everything.
every day.
Learn everything.
How do you keep yourself updated and cope with the newer developments?
So I think one is reading, which is the core thing. The reading part has to be. I think I'm a voracious reader, but I'm not my earlier past was I used to actually read a lot of books, but right now the reading happens on the phone, on the iPad, but the reading part happens. You go through a lot of studies, you watch a lot of videos, you try to understand what's happening. So when you see the changes happening, the world is moving towards an age which is going to kind of shock you probably in next 2-3 years. It is going to shock you with the kind of developments that are going to happen. So you need to be updated for sure. At the same time, I think one beautiful thing which I have just recently started doing is because when you read too much, when there's a lot of input, and there's no output, it is not going to help you create something.
Okay.
So, जितना इनपुट लिया
Huh.
उसका आउटपुट आना चाहिए. तो यू हैव टू मार्क के ओके एक वीक आपने इनपुट लिया तो नेक्स्ट वीक यू ट्राई टू यूटिलाइज दैट नॉलेज फॉर सम आउटपुट और टू apply it somewhere. For example, we started exploring AI in multiple facets, and like I was quite fascinated because in our company also like there are people, and I used to kind of tell them to use AI in the most amazing way, and try to find out how many different kind of AI platforms are there, what all the possibilities are there. I'm not a guy who becomes pessimistic about such tech, because a lot of people become pessimistic.
Oh, yes.
कि यार ये AI तो क्या हुआ, इसको क्या करेंगे? They have this traditional thing going on.
True.
कि इसका मजा नहीं आएगा, feel नहीं आएगा, AI में feel. But it depends on how you are using AI and what all possibilities are there. So the thinking process, I think, has fastened up. But at the same time, your journey, your storytelling, what you want to do, for that you can't think with AI. You have to
by yourself.
absorb, you have to go into a study, you have to form your own storytelling narratives, and then see what
is the output?
how can you kind of, like, it's a resource,
through.
right? Again,
Yes,
when we are talking about
absolutely.
resources, it's a resource, it's a beautiful resource. Then how do you apply it is going to be the real need. Like for example, if you want to make a movie, initially, even for an ad film, we used to make storyboards and illustrated storyboards. With AI, in one day, like you want to do a 300 kind of scenes, you want to kind of draft storyboard for 300 scenes, for example. You can do it in maximum 2 days, even 1 day. But if you want to kind of think and experiment and work on that a little bit, probably 2 days or 3 days max. If you are doing it by hand, and you can get some idea, it will take you a lot of time. So your now it has become a great tool for you to fasten up that process. And to also do alternative, you can think alternative, like you can create alternative setups. So I think to be updated and to have that input and output
and embrace
input and output
change.
Embrace तो obviously वो तो करना ही पड़ेगा, सीखना ही पड़ेगा, वापस स्कूल में जाना ही पड़ेगा. You have to go into the kindergarten. I actually feel like a kindergarten kid,
right?
Because it's so fascinating. So I think, but the biggest thing is input output should match. जितना सीखा है, जितना absorb किया है, जितना देखा है, वो immediately आप उसको output में डालो, कोई ना कोई form में. तो और फिर वापस नया कुछ सीखो, वापस उसका कुछ आउटपुट निकालो. So this chain has to go on. That is what.
Tell me, Kantil, when you are working in the space, there is the advertising side, then there is the event side. How did both these happen to you? I cannot believe that it could have just been a natural progression, although a lot of advertising companies did back then have an event division that they eventually either took in or created of their own. Tell me, which was your first love?
So I never wanted to be in advertising when I was a small child. I remember I used to tell my dad कि मुझे video camera चाहिए. And he used to look, how much, because those times the video camera were quite bulky and huge, and video camera क्यों चाहिए? मुझे कोई film बनानी है.
How old were you?
I think I was 13, 14 years old. And at early teens. And I was fascinated by cinema from the, I think, very, very young age, because it was single theater tha. And the kind of magic, when you go to a theater, it was magical. So that entire urge was there. बोले कहाँ क्या शूट करना है? बोले वो जो पैलेस के अंदर जो पूरा फॉरेस्ट एरिया है वहां पे मैं फिल्म बनाऊंगा. तो ऐसे कि पढ़ ले पहले, अभी फिल्म बनाने की बात मत कर. So the urge, I think, was filmmaking, and it is still there. And I was also interested in theater, so I started, and I used to love watching theater. So because cinema नहीं था तो poetry आया, theater जाने लगा, देखने लगा. Fine arts आया तो उसमें फिर I used to go to the painting classes also, meet a lot of friends who were into painting, sculpture, started interacting with them. So I think the overall artist में लोग थे, applied arts था, and I was kind of, I was in that environment where everything was happening around me. Right. So it was a great environment, a great place. When we started, after doing applied arts, before that also I started writing. So I started doing copywriting.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I got exposed to, okay, there's a professional, like writing can give you money,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So writing headlines can give you money. So I think that was a natural progression. I started writing for Percept when Percept was there early in Baroda, and it had started there.
Percept had an office
in Baroda.
In Baroda.
Yeah. So then I started writing for all this the fine arts seniors. तो वो writing का advertising की समझ writing से आई.
So what would you write?
I will visualize an ad.
Okay.
I will visualize an ad. I will write the headlines. I will write the body copy. I will visualize how the ad should be. So when I was in first year, I used to write for fourth year students, and they were all friends, very close friends. So they used to discuss with me. So the understanding of advertising started coming in my first year, because I was in applied arts only.
Correct.
I wanted to go into painting, but everybody told me that you better go into applied arts. So I think that is the journey which started. And during that time, I'll tell you the story of the experiential industry, which I think everything conspired. वहाँ पे fine arts fair होता था. So I used to do theatre there. So I did the lot of there is a Gujarati bhavai that I did, and experimental bhavai with all the students. I directed that, and I partly wrote that thing along with the help of other senior students and some mentors. And the entire script was there. It was called Tado Toy Gotala No Vesh. So we used to do 15 shows in a day.
Okay.
With full pack audience, right? And then, so that theatre came into fine arts. So then started understanding, because I had no prior training about theatre. But when you are directing it, when you are curating it, when you are trying to think on the sets, and when you have seniors around you, I think this entire culture, everybody started pouring in ideas. We all were sitting together. So that happened. Theatre happened. Then the Fine Arts Fair happened. Fine Arts Fair is a huge phenomenon. It's a festival of its kind, where all the students of different departments, they all come to create. They come together to create a fair. And the Fine Arts Fair is a huge thing. So there, this plays happened. There we created. I think then we did a roadshow also, where we created a 100-feet dragon. Which people can actually go inside the dragon, and they can actually go through the cities. So I think that exploring various mediums, I think that somehow became the base for the professional journey which later.
How did events happen to you?
So that's what I'm saying. Advertising happened first. I started a company called the Ant People while I was in college, and I never finished my fine arts. In the fourth year also I dropped fine arts, because I was already running a company in the second year itself. So I used to do all professional work. I used to also do college work a bit, and I used to experiment with a lot of colleagues, and I had a tremendous interest in photography. So my dear friend Tarun, who's a genius, is a wizard, and learned a lot of photography with him. I had some very interesting, difficult subjects. So the exploration was amazing, because we had amazing people in the college, and they were all brilliant people. So that peer group learning, I think that was the magic. And after, I think, while the company was there in advertising, I think we used to suggest clients, and then the Init design studio happened, where when I came to Ahmedabad. I'll cut the story short. When we came to Ahmedabad, we started Banana Designs, but we had to kind of.
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt. Okay, Banana Designs.
Yeah.
Like,
so उसमें attitude था.
Why banana? Your whole Go Banana.
So the starting point was Banana Designs. Because Banana was an advertising company, and उसमें एक अंदर का attitude था, which was not written, but something banana nahi banana हमारे हाथ में. So that was a dialogue which we internally had.
Are you serious?
Yes.
And it had nothing to do with the fruit banana.
Yeah, me, my partner Nishit, and there's another very dear friend of mine, Harshit. We all started this. And then we had to kind of break away that company, into, everybody had a different thought process, and everybody wanted to have a different kind of process to kind of grow.
So Banana Designs was an
then we dissolved the
advertising.
company. We dissolved the Banana Design
But
company.
it was an advertising company.
Advertising design company.
Right.
In which also we used to kind of have or give our events to smaller event companies or
Okay.
other companies which were around there.
Ah,
So because when you're in advertising, you will suggest experiential ideas to your
Correct,
clients.
correct.
Right? So then we started in a design studio
ah.
after that. And then because that banana thing was always there, and that time only we had thought that the event part will be Go Bananas.
Go Banana.
So then Go Banana started with me, Nishit and Mihir.
Yeah.
So Mihir was amazing entrepreneurial find that we had.
Mihir, according to me, is chota packet, bada
Bada
dhamaka.
dhamaka. So Nishit had this entire brilliance and this entire thing about marketing.
Yeah.
He's an MBA and he has a great creative streak. Mihir was a great find. He started with us and we immediately bonded and he had this entrepreneurial spirit. Nishit was he was booming with super big ideas and so the chemistry worked because
Honestly, and because y'all are all so distinctly different from each other in so many ways. To begin with, physically also, the way y'all dress up, the way y'all think, the way you conduct yourself, everything is so different. But sometimes I guess that just works like magic. In your case, it has.
everybody comes with and everybody comes with their own amazing recipes.
Yeah, yeah.
So you are
this
when
one
you are
worked
when you
well.
are sitting on a let's say you are sitting on a dining table.
Yeah.
Everybody comes with their own delicacies.
Yeah.
So their own talent.
True.
I think, and then you have a great dinner.
Then you have great dinner. Tell me, at this dinner table, you all have done corporate shows, of course. You all have dabbled into every space of events, whether it's weddings or government events. Tell me, which by far would you recollect as your most favorite event in terms of what you may have achieved in the creative space, especially?
The first is always unforgettable.
Mm-hmm.
And a first breakthrough
Yeah.
in 2003. I think Go Banana started in around 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
And the first event was a breakthrough event, which was the Gujarat Day. And I think why it is special because that paved the way for larger things. It was our honorable Prime Minister was the Chief Minister then. And the Gujarat Day was celebrated in Surat. You had multiple venues. You had an indoor stadium event, then you had a large ground event where 1.5-2 lakh people were there. Then you had an event happening at Tapi. Then you had you had this projection thing happening on the railway stations and multiple places. You had fireworks. It was madness and I mean to get such a thing as your first thing. And we had done smaller things and Nishit was already into events before me, and Nishit was always passionate about events, and they were already doing. Nishit was his entire career. He was into marketing, advertising, and he was super passionate about events. So they were already doing events. But now that the formal thing happened, this was a big breakthrough.
Wow.
I think that is and the success of it, because we had a lot of big companies who were pitching for it, and we were nobodies.
Right.
And to get such an opportunity as a breakthrough opportunity, during that time it was, it was, I think, one of the, we had never seen 7 figures. So,
This was that big.
yeah, it was that big, and it was amazing. And I think the way even the authorities and everybody were excited about the entire approach, our presentation, our entire lineup that we had given. I think the trust that kept in us, I think that actually helped us to kind of take the process through. So that was something which was, I think, the most toughest, because it was spread across entire city.
Yeah.
And you had multiple days. You had the management required. I mean, we never had, for our company was 7-8 people. And we had to work with almost 800 to 900 people in that event, deployed at all different places. So that time we realized that I think all the fundamentals of management,
Yes.
that event taught us.
Yeah.
The scale was we got the scale.
Yeah.
We understood the scale, and then there was no looking back because we got bitten by the scale bug.
Right.
You know, when you get in that scale thing, then you always aspire to do larger and larger scales.
Right. Tell me one specific thing. What you feel is the most important for keeping this kind of a partnership alive for this long, and I just see you all growing stronger by the day.
Fight as much as you want, but always understand the love that brought you together. Always respect the love that brought you together.
Nice.
So I think the love is the one core element.
When we speak about today's times, I think any city, whether it's Ahmedabad, Surat, Baroda, every city is giving equal and more opportunities. I don't think today there is a need to be seen and as prime city of a Bombay, Delhi. But when you all started your journey, definitely there must have been that temptation. Yeah, you know, we are cut out for something bigger. Let's move to Mumbai. Did that ever cross your mind, Kantil?
No, because we were doing, our industry is like that. Obviously, you need a base.
Yeah.
But once you start a process, I think we had Mumbai happened. We didn't have office in Mumbai, but we were doing events in Mumbai, and we were doing pretty large scale events in terms of property shows. And MCHI thing happened, and उसके पहले भी बहुत सारे छोटे events हमने किए. So we never felt the limitation, though the excitement and the urge to have an office
No, I think
in
it was
metro
also
was always
a
there.
label, I'd say. Not that the agencies from Mumbai.
No, that pain was always there.
है ना?
That pain was always there. कि भाई यार तुम मुंबई से नहीं हो.
हाँ.
So I think then obviously we had the office, and we right now also having office in Mumbai. But I think वो phase बहुत tough होता है, because when even in our own state,
Do you think we've
Gujarat,
outgrown?
नहीं बाहर से लोग आते हैं बोले बॉम्बे की एजेंसी है. You know, even advertising also.
Yeah.
So बॉम्बे की एजेंसी है.
Exactly.
So that is something which is there. But then when you start presenting, when you work, and when you are actually competing with national players, and when you win based on your presentation, based on your work, I think that gives you the edge to kind of believe in yourself. So you have to kind of go out and take the risk.
Fair. Tell me, when we are speaking about this journey, there was this whole interesting collaboration. Now we, of course, use collaboration very easily, which gave birth to Geometry. And that was an interesting
Gave
phase.
birth to
which
XP&D.
XP&D as well.
I mean, the starting point was Roshan.
Yeah.
I think Roshan, see, that's what I'm saying. I think it was because of a very dear friend, because of whom we got exposed to EMA. And EMA is the event management fraternity organization, which is doing incredible work. And it is the single largest in the most credible organization, which is right now headed by Samit. And during those years when we actually met people, and I met a lot of people, and I was so enthralled by the kind of work Encompass used to do.
Yeah.
And everywhere you used to see Encompass work.
Yeah.
So we started talking, me and Roshan, and he also got quite surprised. यार तुम गुजरात में बैठ के ये सब काम कर रहे हो. तो you should be like, we should explore. And they were not doing government work. So that's the process when I think the first initiation started. And Sukrit, I got introduced to Sukrit, me, Mihir, Nishan, and we started working together. So that's the first time I think the journey started, where the collaboration thing happened.
Yes.
And that was a beautiful, I think, one of the game changer in our journey, because earlier we were doing collaborations were always there, but they were regional collaborations. Suddenly the EMA changed everything for us, because I think the credit goes to EMA to bring everybody together.
Okay.
And the most important credit goes to Roshan and Sukrit. You know, where they could sense कि नहीं यार मजा आएगा इसमें potential है, काम करने में मजा आएगा. And they saw something in us, and we saw we saw that there is a great learning that can happen from Roshan and Sukhpreet. So I think that chemistry really played a huge role. Where we did the first global CEO conclave to begin with, and that was in, I think, 2013 or 2012. I don't know. I'm not sure about the year.
Geometry got
Encompass. The Geometry अभी तो बना नहीं था, तब Encompass ही था.
As Encompass, all works.
They were part of WPP, but then the transition happened after a few years to Geometry.
Oh. And then how long did you all manage to collaborate?
We were
on
constantly
work?
working only. The work was
And that
constant.
still
It is still continuing. So we
With Expand.
we expand also. It is still there. I think it's a great relationship, and the work ethos and the trust factor and the I think the chemistry which is there is amazing. I think that is
coming together. Everyone's core strength coming together.
and also you start understanding, right? So हमारा उसमें जो leadership है to continuously वो leadership दोनों की तरफ से कि हाँ भाई काम करने की मजा आती है. तो when both the people are kind of excited to work, so obviously there are a lot of opportunities where we work together.
Right. And now I'm coming to a part which is going to be difficult for you to decode, but we will attempt. If somebody is going to tell you that, I'm not creatively inclined, and you just mentioned that we all have that side to us. Some of us get an opportunity to explore it because there's a trigger. Tell me, what would be your process for anyone today to explore that? Say, example, it's a brief given to you, and then you suddenly are put to task to it. What's the process that you follow to be able to come up with something out of the world, out of the box?
I think the first step is to absorb the thing what you have been given. Most of the answers, the real solution or the real that spark actually lies in the brief itself. If you understand the brief, if you kind of really absorb it well, if you kind of break it down and create your thought cloud where you put the pointers, and when you, with the help of a little bit of research and with your previous understanding, your previous studies, all that when you put together and when you go into that space, you don't jump onto it for trying to find solutions.
Okay.
You just let it come to you.
Are you a team person, or you
I'm a
like
team
to
person. I love
go through
team.
this?
I love working in a team, and I think I in fact love working in teams so much that I strive for it.
Okay.
So, and that's the best time of my life. When the team is there, when you're brainstorming, and when you go here and there, where
wherever your thoughts lead you.
You get into different zones, and then because you know that you have to come somewhere.
Please circle back.
So I think teamwork is something which is, I think everybody should focus on teamwork.
Yeah.
At the same time, your personal space is also important.
Right.
And after, because the question was that whether I'm a team person or not. I am a team person. At the same time, I will tell you that your personal journey is also very important. Like तेरे को रात को, I'm sure you must have encountered के तेरे को कुछ set design या कुछ पूरा कुछ भी तो रात को तू उठ के तू पहले लिख लेगी वो.
Yeah.
Because you are connected, that is why it happens to you. Anybody who's connected, it will happen to them.
I do end up sending those random thoughts,
But वो दिमाग में चलता ही रहता है.
100%.
So मैं स्कूटर चला रहा हूँ या गाड़ी चला रहा हूँ या बैठा हूँ, मैं किसी से बात कर रहा हूँ. Your subconscious is constantly working. That is that connection. वो connection वो है कि तो आपके subconscious में वो चीज अंदर है और उसका excitement है, वो search है, वो भूख है और वो तुम उसके पीछे अंदर से चल रहा है पूरा mechanism.
Where do you draw your inspiration from?
I think we all draw our inspiration from things around us only. And what happens is what we do in our life, what kind of activities we do, what kind of things we read, and what kind of cinema we watch.
Cinema. For me, I think movies is somehow subconsciously a big inspiration point and has always been. It's not like I'm seeking something and and somehow those are clear-cut visuals that are always there on my mind. And randomly, I end up applying it. Something that you may have seen ages back, but it just kind of throws you into a zone when you're working on something. You kind of go back to that vision and you're like, okay, this is probably going to fit in over here. And then I try to create story out of that. Sometimes going away from what is being asked of me, but then what comes out of it is magical. For me, cinema has been a very, very strong part. I'm not that much of a voracious reader. Do you attend festivals? Do you travel? Do you go for literature fest and random things too?
Yeah, so that has been the core of exploration.
But do
So
you
you
get
like
time
to,
for that?
yeah, I love to meet people. Like I go to all festivals, and that has been my constant source of inspiration.
You
So
had also created Time Out, which was...
yeah, उसको तू याद मत दिला, but
Cute
yeah,
है.
नहीं, but वो
It's
इतना
like a movie.
इतना
Some
इतना
movie
yeah, it was
content.
इतना गजब उसके साथ emotion connected है, because you wanted that to grow actually, right?
Correct.
Because that was
उस पे जल्दी टाइम आउट अनाउंस हो गया.
but I think it was one of our most fantastic curations that we had done.
What do you think went wrong?
तुम्हारे पास पेंट का डब्बा 50 ml का है
Yeah.
और तुम्हें 20 फुट का पेंटिंग बनाना है, तो वो वाला प्रॉब्लम था कि the canvas got too big, right? And it was and during those times, right now we have a great time in live events.
Yeah,
People are
totally.
buying tickets, and after COVID, I think we have seen a tremendous surge.
Yeah.
But ultimately, in those days, there was a lot of dependency on the sponsors.
Yeah.
So you had to cover 50-60% cost only to sponsors.
Sponsors.
And having almost 50 plus artists, you have international artists performing. I mean, you name it, and those artists, a lot of people were telling us कि यार इतना बड़ा शो कैसे होगा? But somehow हो गया.
Kanthil, as business runners, as event managers, I'm sure we all go through the process of analyzing what could have been done better or what went wrong and why it went wrong. Did you all ever try to sit to analyze what could have been done differently for Time Out?
Time Out or meet any event, I think there is a tremendous, even when the moment the event gets over or done with, everything kind of goes into a flashback and you travel the entire event.
Yeah.
And which is a natural thing. I think that is a time. It has to be done instantly. Like normally we get into partying and all that.
Is it?
But if not on that same day,
Yeah.
it should be done. It should not, the freshness should be there when you are actually going and tracing back everything. Because if you don't trace it during that time,
Yeah.
which is a critical time, probably 24 hours, 48 hours, during that time period, it is very, very fresh. You know every step, what could have been done better.
Yeah.
So most of the people, they take a lot of time. And probably most of the people don't reflect also. अच्छा हो गया, मजा आ गया, खत्म हो गया बात.
Right.
वो एक बड़ा, because even if it has happened great,
Yeah.
and you're very happy,
Yeah.
it is very successful.
Yeah.
I think still you need to kind of go back the very next day
Interesting.
and write down all your takeaways. And you should actually instruct all the team members
Yeah.
that यार तुम्हें पूरा कैसा लगा? तुमने, like for example, I'll give you a connection with cinema. So cinema appreciation, film appreciation is like when you watch a film,
Yeah.
you take a few minutes break and then you write down and then you discuss about what the film was all about. You decode the entire cinema. You decode the film. What the director actually trying to say. Now, that is a foundation for any company.
Yeah.
I think once you do it in that zone when it has just happened, good, bad, whatever, your event must have gone extremely successful or probably bad or with some errors. You do it in a designated time period. You don't lose time. You don't निराश हो गए और फिर छोड़ दिया, भूल गए कि भाई बहुत इवेंट मजा नहीं आया, छोड़ दिया, या तो इसमें थोड़ा वो हो गया, थोड़ा क्लिप किया, फिर छोड़ दिया. ये जो हम, I think that is a learning.
Yeah, true.
Which has to be brought into a habit.
Yeah.
Now, to make it to a habit, is where the discipline comes in. The discipline factor, and that is where systems come in. Because if you create a discipline, कि भाई नहीं मुझे ये इवेंट हुआ तो सबको मालूम रहना चाहिए पूरी टीम को कि इसका मुझे रिपोर्ट सबमिट करना है और हमको एक ग्रुप टॉक भी करना है
Wow.
एंड देन वी हैव टू काइंड ऑफ रिलैक्स एंड देन टॉक अबाउट इट एंड देन क्रिएट अ लर्निंग लाइन ऑफ पुट आवर लर्निंग्स इनटू पेपर
Yeah.
सो
Brilliant.
that becomes the basis so that you don't repeat the mistakes.
Yes.
Also, there are some great insights which will help you to innovate. Because from that learning itself, there is innovation that is going to come.
Yeah.
यार वो लाइट का जो बीम था वो बीम अगर मैं उसको इस तरह से करता तो वो उसकी इफेक्ट ऐसी आती है तो मेरा जो साउंड है साउंड का अगर मैं उसको ये डिग्री पे उसको इस तरह से करता तो उसकी जो आगे का थोड़ा सा इशू था वो उसको बेटर कर सकता तो वो सब अपने लिख दिया है उसको तुम मैथमेटिकली या तो उसको डायग्रामेटिकली फॉर्मुलेट करो नहीं ये तो नेक्स्ट टाइम इवन योर द जूनियर्स हु आर कमिंग
Yeah.
दे हैव अ गाइड बुक
Yeah.
यार मुझे ऐसे ही करना है
True.
तो डे वन से उसका लर्निंग हो जाएगा
Yeah.
तो गाइड बुक बन जाएगी तो एवरी कंपनी शुड हैव अ गाइड बुक ऑफ लर्निंग्स अनफॉर्चुनेटली इंक्लूडिंग अस वी आर एबल टू डू दैट इट इज इजियर सेड देन डन
Yeah.
but it is a discipline. It has to be hard grained into you.
Yeah.
वो discipline नहीं है.
Actually, but you're right. It's easier said than done. And this is a general reaction that all of us as entrepreneurs end up giving the team. That why couldn't you just do it this way? Because we know what's to be done, but probably because we've not documented it to make sure that it's not repeated. But actually, the learning curve can be reduced drastically if we
You can
all just
exponentially grow.
decided to apply it.
And
Wow.
what happens is your because when you're looking at a larger vision, when your company is growing, that handbook which is like that becomes so powerful that imagine now तुमने कोई फ्रेशर को लिया है अभी कोई नया रिक्रूट हुआ है उसको बोला, तू कुछ काम मत कर डोंट डू एनीथिंग फॉर एटलीस्ट 1 week go through this book each and everything we'll start working after 1 week or 10 days then you take a test also of that person what he has absorbed
Oh my.
imagine that person is ready now in 10 days time
Yeah.
he knows at least substantial amount of things which he has to take care.
True. There's a problem on a lighter note with this generation. They will take that book and say, "Chalo, मैं खुद की काम नहीं करूँगा."
वो है.
Which is so
But you have to be
typical.
fearless, right?
Oh yeah.
You have to be fearless.
Tell me, how are
you can't be fearful about वो लेगा वो नहीं लेगा वो जो ऐसा करेगा वो आगे कभी नहीं बढ़ेगा.
Tell me, in your journey, I'm sure there have been so many young, talented, amateur players whom you have trained and groomed and got them to a certain level, and then they decide to move on. It becomes a pain point for a lot of us because sometimes we are emotionally invested in them. Sometimes we feel that, oh, this could have actually got me to a different level had they all decided to stick around. So many mini Go Bananas got created in through this journey.
Yeah.
How do you take it? And have you been sporting about it or?
No, pain is there. Pain is there, but in many cases, luckily for us, in fact, most of the cases, I will say 90% cases, I think it was mutual. We knew that the person has come talk because the relationship was extremely intimate. The bonding was great. So we knew that the person is taking the lead. We knew that he is wanting to
Explore
do something of his own.
on his own.
Right? So, and that is the reason why all those people, probably whatever 20, 30, 40 companies which have outgrown, which has
Yes.
grown from us,
Yeah.
they're all still working with us.
Oh,
And we share the same repertoire and same bond.
beautiful.
So, जो तीनों का एक एलिमेंट है मेरे में वो कम है
Yeah.
बट फियरलेसनेस जो है वो फियरलेसनेस इज द आई थिंक द फंडामेंटल पिलर
Yeah.
बट कहीं पे हमको ऐसा नहीं हुआ है कि जहाँ पे मैं बहुत ज्यादा इमोशनली ड्रेन हो चुका हो, you know, जहाँ पे मैं एक, you know, when you love somebody, when you love to work with somebody, and those people go, तो वो एक you feel a joy.
setback.
So I've gone through that phase also, where it just messes up your head, your everything, you know, it gets messed up. And then there are some bitter periods also.
Yeah.
But over a period of time, I think because of that 90%, where good things have happened,
Yeah.
we were able to, I think, sustain that.
Sustain and overcome that.
And then
So
they are all still a family.
that's lovely. That honestly is lovely and a bit rare, if I have to add that word, because that is the reality. But again, for a lot of us, reality is also not understanding when is it time for us to expand, to scale up. A lot of us are so shy and we are restricted to that journey of, अच्छा 7-8 लोग हैं तो उसी में खुश है, and nobody wants to kind of increase their overheads, and then they get into this whole drill about churning out the same output with the same number of people, but volume is increasing. How did you all as an organization decide that, okay, let's go with the flow and manage, because managing the team itself, you know, and I keep speaking to a lot of my friends, whether it's Indraneel or Adi from, 77, because after a point you do start believing that you're making money for the team first, for yourself. As a company, how do you get this courage to scale up? Is it all on paper that this is where we are headed in the next 3 years? Is there an agenda of how to get there?
The core for anybody is, I think, the inherent ambition that resides in you. Ambition, if you understand your ambition, if you understand and relate and connect with your ambition, ambition gives you the courage to take a risk. If your ambition ratio is at, you are initially very ambitious, and then you get into a safe zone. And that safe zone is where you yourself dilute all your other super ambitions and get into that safe zone, and you love and you're comfortable.
It's a comfort zone.
I think that comfort zone is abnormal and problematic.
Yes.
Right? So that comfort zone becomes addictive.
Yeah.
And comfort zone is very addictive. It is so addictive that you will not want to change that scenario, because a lot of comforts, basic things are there around you, and it's making and you want to play safe. So अपना आंसर मत था कि जो श्रेष्ठ
scam risk है तो इश्क है.
My very dear friend Vaibhav Vishal has written that line.
Oh.
Risk hai to ishq hai. I think that sums up the entire, that is the crux.
How do you evaluate though?
वो subjective है, evaluation, but I think it's a gut feel also, combination of a gut feel, where you feel that many times you always, in fact, that inner conscience, either you or either your family, I talked to my wife, Jigisha, and she has a great gut feel. She always tells you कि ये गलत होगा. मैं जाऊंगा, मुझे मालूम है कि मैं उसमें गिर नहीं वाला हूँ. So that gut feel helps, right? Your gut feel also there, and when you share it with your loved ones, उनका भी gut feel होता है कि ये सही है कि नहीं है. But then, so that is the area, I think, वो gut feel बहुत important है कि तुम्हारे जो loved ones हैं उनको तुम पूछो, बात at least बात करो. उनको कुछ समझ में नहीं आया वो चीज का, तो मेरे पेरेंट्स को मैं बताता हूँ तो मैं उनको कुछ समझ में ना आए शायद कि भाई ये कौन सा एरिया है, क्या कर रहा है, क्या चीज है, किसकी बात कर रहा हूँ, कोई, if I am talking about some person, but at least talk to your loved ones. Talk to your loved ones. They will give you that additional, they might scare you also. नहीं करना चाहिए. But then you have to kind of explain the scenario in totality. If you explain it properly and try to take the gut feel, क्या करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए, तुम्हें most of the cases में तुम्हें बहुत सही जवाब मिलेगा. So you have to have that listening mode
Yeah.
on.
Always on.
तो वो मालूम पड़ जाएगा कि तुम्हें सही स्टेप ले रहे हो कि नहीं ले रहे हो. कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि तुम्हें मालूम है कि इसमें शायद प्रॉब्लम आने वाला है,
हाँ.
बट वो चीज तुम्हारे गट फील है कि नहीं, ये मुझे मैं इसमें
फिर भी
थोड़ा-
करना है.
नहीं, उससे मुझे नेक्स्ट लीप मिलेगा, तो देन गो फॉर इट.
Then go for it. Since we both are movie lovers, I'm reminded of a movie I saw just recently called Gulmohar, Manoj Bajpayee and Sharmila. So in that, Manoj Bajpayee's character has this habit of discussing with his wife, and he does not tell the problems. She will first say, "Haan ya na." I'm thinking,
Yeah, that's brilliant, no?
है ना? हाँ या ना. He's always doing this when he is having that.
You know how that happens? Can I just, I don't know, I've not seen this film,
Yeah.
but let us do this fun thing.
Oh my
right?
God. Okay. No. Yeah. हाँ या ना.
मैं कुछ सोच लेता हूँ, उसके बाद तेरे को पूछता हूँ.
Oh my God. Okay, let's try.
हाँ या ना?
Na.
ना.
Na.
What I was saying was, will you ever do a role
Huh.
in a film where you have to do a dance number?
Oh.
That was, and you said no.
Yeah.
So,
I only,
now
I
it
only
may be
dance
actually-
it. I only
So
dance it.
I was thinking crazy things.
I only dance at private parties.
मैं तो फिल्म में अगर तेरे को पूरा लीड रोल में तेरे को एक सॉन्ग करना हो, तुम्हें पिक्चराइज करना हो, तू करेगी नहीं करेगी. That was what I was thinking,
You're
and
so
you said no.
wacky.
हाँ.
Yeah.
अभी तू
Let
बता.
him.
तू ये try to do yes and no.
Okay.
Let us try both the ways. Because ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. I think वो एक moment होता है. शायद तू करेगी. बराबर है. If there's a lead role.
हाँ, मैं तो बोल रही हूँ. Now that I know what you're thinking. PP, please cast me. Let me think.
अभी तू सोच.
हाँ या ना?
ना.
Oh, you broke my heart. You want to know what I was thinking?
Yes.
If I had to make season 2 of The Show Must Go On, will Kantil join me on the couch again?
No. I would want better people. Much. I mean, you have so many. I will want Shah Rukh Khan to sit next to you. I will want this real feeling. I will
Slow
want
clap.
the biggies of the world coming and sitting next to you.
Slow clap. And thus, this proves that Kantil and his company do a lot of government events because he's so politically correct right now. Oh God, tell me, Kantil, as we are, concluding the episode, in this entire journey, what has been that show must go on moment for you when you were probably at your lowest low and you had no choice but to pick yourself up and push yourself to the next curve?
Many moments I've gone through. Very honestly, there have been at least 3-4 such moments. I will place amongst those 3 one particular moment. 2011. I told you about cinema. I had this entire concept about Project 100. And I wanted to break free during that time, 2011. And my partners are also supportive. And they said, okay, go for it. And we had done the entire project. It was called 100 Films, 100 Crores, 100 Months. So, I mean, I have not talked very detailed to anybody about it, but because we had approached one of our very dear friends who loved the idea. Our first film was Baghdad to the Poor, a Hollywood film, where Irfan was playing the lead role. It was based on the biography of Muhammad Yunus. There's PLA Entertainment and other people involved. And as part of the Project 100, this was the film which we wanted to do. We had done the entire thing. And during that period, due to some reasons, that didn't took off. And I invested a lot of time. My partners I invested a lot of time in making sure that this thing happens. Both. Nishad and made both. We all wanted to make this happen. But somehow, because of certain reasons, which is not important right now to kind of expand,
Sure.
but that did happen. And that kind of
Stayed.
spiraled into my head. And I said, I wanted to actually leave everything, and just at that point of time when it didn't happen, I said, okay, I will see, मैं कुछ अपनी तरह से कुछ अलग करूंगा, अभी मुझे वही करना है. लेकिन उस टाइम पे, because we had already grown, the company was grown, and I said, okay, we are having 2 companies, we are running them successfully. This has not happened.
Yeah.
And should I stay in that same zone, or should I go more vehemently and say, कुछ करेंगे आगे, we'll make a much bigger company. ऐसे 3-4 episodes हुए, but this is something which is close to my heart because it is again connected to cinema.
Yeah.
So everything was done. We had done on entire process. We had worked for almost 6 to 8 months, 9 months thoroughly on that. And उसके पहले से चल रहा था process, लेकिन बहुत लंबा चला है process. और उसके बाद तुम्हें लगता है कि यार ये, this was something, a dream project that you want to do. And then it doesn't happen. So that is where I think it is important to gather yourself and kind of, there's a lot of learning that happens in that process. And a lot of एक moment आता है जब तुम्हें ऐसा लगता है कि the only thing which is there which kind of can bring you back is, one is family. The more you share, the more energy you will get.
Yeah.
So especially your loved ones, that is the time when you share that thing with your loved one. And because they also know, they understand the pain, because it's about passion, it's about that madness.
Yeah.
I think the one great thing which has always been part of my learning process is that I have openly shared my angst, my frustrations, everything with Jigisha, with my son Yog, with my partner Mihir, my brothers, Nishit, my parents. And I've openly shared, and I've told them what is going in my head.
Yeah.
Though that eases you down, they are able to help you. And it doesn't kind of stuff you inside. So I think this is something which is very, very important. And that is the time where that show must go on. जो resonate करता है ना कि नहीं, the life must go on.
Yes.
And you can't, because life is so exciting. Life is so full of opportunities.
That this can't be the end of it.
This can't be the end of it. There are too many opportunities awaiting, and you have to actually proceed ahead.
My God. Tell me, since you're a cinema lover, one final question. A movie title or a song that best describes your journey and the show must go on.
Amitabh Bachchan film. I love this song very much, and it just fills you up. हारेगा वो हर बाजी जब खेले हम जीजा से. आओ आ जाओ जग पे छा जाओ जीजा से. That I think that if you know this song, I think it is beautiful. It uplifts you. And I think it's magical.
It is.
Have you seen that film?
I haven't, but I'm going to surely see it now. I think your journey itself has been magical, and the fact that you have been so blessed to be able to fly in different directions and yet be able to come back home to people who've shown faith in you and let you fly yet again. It's truly commendable. And for you, the show will definitely keep going on, Kanthil.
Manisha, I think the one great thing which I am now, like I told you that I'm taking away from this entire conversation is that the kind of bond that we share and what you have been doing, and I'm observing you, the different hats that you adorn, the crazy things that you do. And we just recently also, I think, collaborated. I think that was a great experience. So if I have to learn something from you, and which I've learned a lot and observed you, I think one great thing is the sheer madness and enthusiasm, and to be completely into the thing which you are always, you immerse yourself into it with all your madness and all your craziness and all your brilliance in terms of thoughts and ideation. So that is something which I've seen and observed. I think that is something which I am learning, because at times what happens is, because you are surrounded by too many things, and when I'm doing the political things also, and I'm doing government and advertising, when too many things get mixed up,
Yeah.
that madness somehow gets distracted.
Yeah.
So what I have learned from you is to ease on the distractions, not get distracted, and be so laser sharp focused
Man.
like how you are.
Oh my God, Kanchal, you made my day. You don't know what this means to me coming from you. Because you know exactly.
You are laser sharp focused in all your, and that is something which is, I think, the key thing, which is important for everyone. So that is my takeaway. Because I've seen you working, and you mix fun and working both.
Yeah.
When you are working, and when you are partying, you're partying. So there is a clear division.
You got the expression also bang on, right? I'm sure everyone who's going to watch this is going to be like, yeah, that's the expression. Thank you, Kanchal.
Thank you,
been
Marisha.
a
It
total
has been an
pleasure.
amazing inside out journey.
Yeah.
Thank you.